have heard that study for 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, and you'll be a topper. We all have heard, work hard, and eventually you will succeed. But friends, do we question ourselves? Just question yourselves. Everybody that burns the midnight oil, is he a topper? He is not, unfortunately. The reason is, it's not about working hard alone. It's about having a proper strategy to it. In my years of service, I've seen two types of people. Those who hustle relentlessly, and those who work in a very planned, strategic way towards their desired goal. I'm Pranil Lata Gilda, working as Subdivisional Police Officer in Miraj, District Sangli, Maharashtra. In my 6.5 years of service, one thing I'm quite sure of is it's not about who sweats more. In a fight, or in a competitive examination, or in a board examination, or let us take the case of our examination, that is civil services, it's not about who sweats the most, but about who prepares the best. So let's start with knowing what is hard work. Hard work is our disciplined effort, or any effort which consumes energy, takes time. It may be tiring, it may be exhaustive, but eventually it is leading us towards our desired goal. It involves consistency, it involves discipline, and it involves the most important factor, that is perseverance. So guys, hard work is any consistent or repeated action which is done in a disciplined way, having perseverant attitude towards achieving your desired goal. The pictorial representation tells us that the story that we all know, the story of thirsty crow, his end goal was quenching his thirst, to up the level of the water and drink it. What did he do? In the historical case study, he kept on adding stones and pebbles to it, tried to up the level of the water to achieve his desired goal. But let us question ourselves again. Could it have been done in a better way? Had he given thought about strategizing it, having other solutions to it? Or in our way, had he thought about doing it in a smarter way? Smart work. Let's see what it is. Smart, first of all, I would like to clear one particular notion about it. Smart work involves heavy amount of hard work as well. It does not exclude it. It is inclusive terminology. So whenever you are discussing about this particular terminology, these particular terminologies about smart work and hard work, smart work is not exclusive, it's inclusive of hard work. So smart work involves doing right thing in the right manner at the right time. It involves three main components. First, intelligence. Second, creativity. And third, most important part, strategy. Without strategy, no work can be a smart work. So what did the thirsty crow do? He changed. He evolved. He worked in a smarter way in which he changed his resources, achieved his desired goal, but in a different way. So smart work involves such kind of strategizing, planning, and the students who work smart give more amount of effort, spend more amount of energy in strategizing or planning. They just don't do the laborious task of working for 10 or 12 hours blindly, or just keep on reading and reading. We'll come to the examination part later on. Then again, after a few years, after a few decades, as we evolve, with the advent of technology and with the speed in which it's growing, maybe the resources will change, the modus operandi will change, maybe the crow will get more smarter. These are all the possible alternatives that we have in front of us. Let's discuss about the perspectives or strategies of smart work. There are two main perspectives about it. First is the philosophical perspective. Our mythology teaches us many things about smart work. I would like to quote two examples. First one from Bhagavad Gita, in which chapter 2, verse 50 says, Yoga Karma Sukhaushalya. Not only action, but intelligent action is appreciated. It's not like all the actions are appreciated. Only the intelligent, the smart actions are appreciated in the mythology as well. The second, the example of Abhimanyu, the story of Abhimanyu. I guess all of us know the story of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, no, without any doubt, he was a fierce warrior, the son of Arjuna. But eventually he fell. Where did he fail? Not in his effort, not in his ability to work hard, not in his ability to learn the skills of archery and swordsmanship and being a fierce warrior of his times. He failed in strategy, in planning. He knew half part of it. He knew how to enter the Chakravyuha, but not how to break it, how to come out of it alive. And eventually he fell. On the other hand, his father Arjuna was wise. He was well versed with all the arms and ammunitions, and he was the best archer of his time. And till today, we remember him as an immortal warrior. So smart work has been emphasized in the mythology as well. Let's discuss about the other side, that is the cognitive or the psychological way of doing it. There are basically three modes of cognitive learning. First is encoding, second is consolidation, and third is recalling it again at the right time, that is retrieval. Encoding means registering new information that we do while we read something new. We register new information in our brain. We learn something new. Second, consolidation. Consolidation is the movement of the new register entries from short-term memory to the long-term memory, wherein we can remember it for a longer period of time. And third, the most important part for all the students, retrieval. That is, remembering the consolidated information whenever it is needed, whenever we are asked for, whenever it is actually called upon. So, hard work and smart work, when we discuss in a cognitive perspective, hard work actually emphasizes more and more on only the first part, that is the encoding part. The students who work hard, they believe in one particular notion. I have to cover the whole syllabus. I have to read everything. I have to read every new book in the market that is available for the same topic. But will it reap dividends? Will it give us the desired results? No. However, on the other hand, those who work in a smart manner, those who believe in smart work, they focus on all the three parts, because smart work actively engages encoding, consolidation, and retrieval. Because whatever information is registered with our brain, you have to consolidate it, move it to the long-term memory, and then most important part is retrieval. That is, remembering it whenever it is needed. There are various ways of doing it smartly in the psychological perspective or in cognitive way. First one is active recall. All the students, I would like you to listen to it very carefully, because these are the ways that will eventually help you in exams. First, active recall. I've done it while preparing for civil services. I used to do it. Active recall is reading a particular chapter, keeping the book aside, closing your eyes, and trying to recall whatever you have read. That is what I call, there are four categories of revisions. First revision or recalling is the immediate revision. I don't know how many of you do it, but if not, please, it's a methodology, it's a science, try to practice it, and if you like it, implement it. First, active recall. Whenever you are reading a chapter, whenever you are done, recall it immediately. Second, in the revision methodology, second revision is the revision at the end of the day. If you are studying for 8 hours, read for 7 hours. The last 1 hour should be about revising everything or rereading everything that you have read in the 7 hours. Third revision is the revision at the end of the week. If you are studying for 6 days, revise everything that you have done in 6 days on the 7th. And fourth revision is revision before the examination that we all do. But it's science if we actively recall it in such a way. It is also called spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is just the way I said, repeating our content after spaced intervals, like today, after 6 days, after a few days, and before examination. So active recall and spaced repetition will help you in examinations. Next part about working smart or learning smartly is interlinking. While we were preparing for civil services, we had different topics, or I would say everything under the sun and even above it. Most important part that our tutors or educators used to tell us was, try to interlink the subjects. And I believe that in today's world, there isn't a single topic, single subject, which can stand isolated, which can be independent in its own. Every subject, every stream of thought, everything is dependent on something or deriving from something. So, interlinking is very important. Take a case of international relations. For example, India's relation with any particular neighboring country. Is it only related to political science and international relations? No, it's obviously not. It's having some or the other part of the history, because the problem or the solutions might be having historical antecedents to it. It is also having societal aspect, that is, social sciences will also come. It will have geographical things related to it. So every subject that we are studying, if we try to interlink it, then we'll be able to recall it for a longer period of time. Fourth method of smart learning is contextual learning. When you are learning from the contexts, when your syllabus is not only on the papers, it's in your mind, and whenever you are moving around, you can see the syllabus points everywhere around. For example, we study Doppler effect. Most of us have studied Doppler effect. But rather than just mugging up the definition of it, if we wake up early in the morning in winters, and we can hear the horns or the sounds of train, and in summers, we also wake up early and we cannot hear the sound or the horn of the train, the Doppler effect is already playing its role. You don't have to mug up the definition of it. So contextual learning helps in working in a smarter way. The students who work hard will just mug up the definition of Doppler effect, but the students who work smart will learn from their contexts. It was just an example. Let's move ahead. Whatever I have discussed till now, most of the points were about exams perspective. I would like to quote few examples about smart work in the life decisions that we make. Take the case of any apparatus, any equipment, any new purchase apparatus that we are having at a home. It has its root not only in technology, but in the contribution of the people who love to work smart. Take the case of any apparatus that is in your kitchen. For example, before few generations, what were the method of grinding anything? What were the methods used for chopping vegetables? These days, we are having juicers and mixers and grinders and everything. These are all the innovations. These are all the contributions by the people who believe in working smart for the people who believe in working smart. So, smart work affects life decisions as well. And the most important part that all of you are expecting from me, in policing context, because it's been 6.5 years I've been working with law enforcement agency, and All of you must be believing that a man in a uniform should talk about hard work and relentless hustle and efforts, maybe brute force. But guys, I'm not talking about this. I'm going to emphasize more on smart work, because I know it's not about sweating more, but preparing better. Before coming to Sangli, I was posted at Gadchiroli. It's a Naxal-affected region in Maharashtra, wherein it's densely forested. More than 2/3 of the area of the district is forest. And then, before a few years, it was the case that in Naxal encounters, we used to lose our people. And it affected us mentally, physically, as a force as well, as a service as well. However, in last few years, what we improved upon, we worked more on the strategy or the planning part of it. Before launching any Naxal operation, our target was obviously to wipe out the Naxals. But the second target was to protect ourselves and not to lose a single life. And in last few years, we have been successful in doing that just because of proper strategy. Before launching any Naxal operation or any area domination operation in the jungles, in the forests, what we do is know every minute detail about the terrain, about the geography, about the participants or the opponents that we have, about the technical inputs, about the access roads, about the water bodies that we have. Everything is properly chalked out, and then and only then any operation is launched. And eventually, it reaped us many dividends, and we are losing less and less and less lives. And this has been only because of the way in which we are working, that is smarter way of doing it. Effort is the body, wisdom is the mind, and when hard work works hand in hand with strategy, destiny bows in respect, because a soldiers plan before they fire, leaders chart before they inspire. A case is cracked. A case is cracked not with brute force, but with the mind that maps the course. So guys, I request all of you to work smart, sleep well, take efforts, and remember, in life and in exams as well, smart work beats hard work every time. Thank you so much. That was my time.